We're here headed northbound on Highway 1, just north of 92, and we're going to take the exit up here. The sign on the side of the highway is Kehoe Avenue. Identifies the Casa Del Mar neighborhood, so we're turning in here. You can see the walking path that runs parallel to the highway. This is the frontage road, so there's 1 and 2 story houses in here, pretty much all built in the 70s. There's a few newer ones dropped in here or there, and a couple older ones. All feature 2-car garages. Some have a patio area in between the garage and the house, which is nice. There's the path I was referring to, so you can head into town or head up north towards the harbor. We're going to turn down Casa Del Mar Avenue, the street that named in like to the neighborhood, and pretty well maintained neighborhood. As you can see, it's nice wide streets, some mature vegetation, trees, palm trees, different pine trees, cypress. So as you can, we got all single story, mainly 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a few different square footage floor plans there, and some 4-bedroom, 2-bath, which have step down living rooms. Some people have added a 2nd story onto their houses, and maybe from fires and other things, the houses burned down. There's some 2-story ones in here. There are a few what we refer to as a Moyer Green construction. Those are split levels homes. They're scattered around this neighborhood and all across the coast. As we get down to the end of the street, this cross street that we're hitting is Pillarcitos. So Pillarcitos, this was all built later than the neighborhood. This was built in the late 90s, early 2000s. So all built individually. And down near the end of the street here, there is a path in between these houses that you can head down to the beach on. So that's a nice feature. And then all the way at the end of the street, there's another path that takes you through the field that gets you to the beach and the beach parking lot. There's somebody emptying sand out of their shoes. So this field to the north, not sure that that's going to be developed anytime soon. So you do have a nice buffer there. This is Wave Street, mainly 2-story homes. These offer great north-facing views up to the harbor and Pillar Point. As you can see, just showing you the open space here on the other side of the street. It'll give you some off-street parking options. There's gardens. Somebody's got a garden space along here. I'm not sure if it's currently in action, but I've seen it before, and not sure if we already passed it. But it's great to be right off the highway and have all this in front of you. So we're gonna just turn around and take a look closer at the houses and less at the field. So we're due west, headed towards the ocean. So again, this neighborhood, single story, 2-story, 2 stories, like I said, have some great views. And you get to see, the bonus is you get to see wildlife, hawks, egrets, maybe an occasional coyote or bobcat cruising through the field. So you get a little National Geographics right outside your window. So this is close to downtown. There's not a stoplight coming in and out of this neighborhood, but with the turn lane, it makes it pretty easy to get in and out. This house here, actually been in that one before. It's got an elevator, which is kind of nice. And again, nice wide streets. There's normally people walking in the neighborhood, as you can see here, walking their dogs or just walking themselves. And down at the south end of this neighborhood, at the end of the street and down a little ways, is the Sam Coast, the sewer plant. Most people cringe when they hear that, but I've talked to numerous neighbors and clients that have bought houses in the neighborhood, and very occasionally they'll get some aroma coming north from the plant, but it's not a nuisance to the neighborhood. Sold about a half a dozen homes in here, mainly representing the client, the sellers, but occasionally the buyer. That's a Moyer green there. There's another one on the other side of the street. You can see the stairs going up, so it's split level, living space upstairs, bedrooms downstairs, and there is, I think, 2 bedrooms upstairs, 2 or 3. So the downstairs are built out a few different styles, depending on who took possession of them over the years. But at the time, the taxes were less for the builder if he didn't finish out the downstairs. So there's definitely a few different configurations of these Moyer greens. And then you got a little neighborhood park there off to the left, and wrapping around back through Lauren. It's definitely not a dense with cars type of neighborhood, so that's a nice feature. And we're gonna cruise down here, and then we're gonna hop out of the car and we'll take you out to the beach. But as you can see, it's a well-maintained neighborhood. People take care of their yards. There's not a ton of cars out on the street or anything, but it just gives you, trying to give you just a good view of what this neighborhood feels like. And we'll be going through different neighborhoods as we continue on this channel. So if you're interested in a particular neighborhood, either in Half Moon Bay, El Granada, Moss Beach, Montero, we're going to cover that. And so we're just starting out with a couple here, and this one was the one I picked today because it's a nice sunny day out, and figured we'd feature that. So I'll be quiet for a minute and just let you take a look. As I said, you can see these houses. There's a few similar floor plans, but a lot of these are custom builds. So that's the south end of the neighborhood. So we're going to head back up the street. We got fire hydrants, some red zones just for safety. You see it's garbage day, plenty of garbage cans out on the street. Somebody's basketball hoop. Sure that might be used by somebody else other than just the owners there. And then as we get about 3/4 of the way down the street, that's where we'll hop out and walk you down the trail out to the coast. Again, more people walking their dogs, so it's definitely a neighborhood where you're going to see activity. Not everybody just pulling in their garage and closing the door and not being out and about. It's very, from knowing my clients that live here and friends that live here in this neighborhood, it's a very social neighborhood. There's the trail we're going to walk down. So we're going to park here and transition over to walking you out to the beach. And as you walk out through these fields, so here we are walking walking out. These are the houses that we were just looking at when we were driving down the street. So they have unobstructed ocean views, basically just bluff space, and a non-native plant there, but it's wonderfully in bloom. So stopped and enjoyed the nice big purple flowers that were staring back at me. So yeah, this ice plant is in a lot of places. It was put in for ground control and erosion control, and then just in the recent past couple decades, a lot of it's being ripped out along the coast as they figured out it's a pretty invasive species. So we're going out here. So as we get out here a little bit further, we're going to cross a a dirt path and then a paved path. Both are the coastal trail. So the coastal trail goes south down to the Ritz and north up to the harbor. And you can actually go past the harbor if you know how to navigate that. But as you can see, again, big open fields to the west of this neighborhood and to the north, and like a lot of activity with hawks, birds of prey, regular birds, coyotes, bobcats, probably an occasional raccoon and skunk roaming around out here, egrets, and seabirds along the shore here. So we're getting closer out to the water here. And as you can see, we got a little water there in between the sand and the dirt. We'll give you a view north. We're looking up towards the harbor, zoomed in a little bit for you so you see Pillar Point, the big golf ball, and then just some fresh water headed towards the beach, towards the ocean. So it's a little bit landlocked in there now, but you can see south down towards the Ritz. And it's just a beautiful day here on the coast. Super sunny weather, and water's shimmering back at us. And that's the harbor, Pillar Point. And you can see part of the curve of the bay there, Half Moon Bay. And off the point here, just off that point and out a little bit, is where Maverick's surf breaks. So we had 30 to 50 foot waves during the wintertime when big storms are coming in. We got a little bit of a rainbow going on in this cloud. Look up and caught that. So yeah, another zoom in on the harbor, then you'll see the hotel there and Sam's Chowder House, and then the bluffs along. People out enjoying the beach today just because it's so nice. That's up behind there, in that view in the back in the hills there. That's all the El Granada Highlands and Lower El Granada. So those houses offer some great views. And then we got some wildlife, as I told you, all kinds of birds. You got a mallard and another variety of duck there, enjoying some fresh water. And they don't seem to be bothered by me. They're just hanging out. So yeah, so you literally can walk out your door and down to the water, and then north. If I turned and went north on this trail, we came kind of west and south. There's a beach parking lot up there that provides access. So it's another spot to get down onto the beach without going through the water. And then we're going to walk back through here. And when you're out in this field, especially in the springtime, you definitely want to check yourself for ticks after you get back home. They like to hang out on the sides of these little trails and on the plants and latch onto you when you're coming by. And we kind of blew right past it, but as we come back here, I'll give you a glimpse of the coastal trail, and there might be some people going by on their bikes here whilst we're walking towards it. And the houses with the unobstructed ocean views in the neighborhood pointing back at us. And here we go. This is the paved part of the path. There goes a bicycle rider there, and it's probably a 1 lane wide, so if you got bikes going both directions or people walking, there's definitely room to get around. And then that split rail fence on the other side of that is the dirt section of path that some of the people on mountain bikes or even on foot prefer dirt under their feet or under their wheels instead of concrete. And then we're going to head back into the neighborhood down the trail here. And so that's the north end, those 2 big pink houses that we saw earlier in the video. And the one on the north end is actually, as far as I know, it's an Airbnb. So if you're thinking about, staying here, you thought that was a pretty neat house, or you need something for a family event, that one, as far as I know, is still available on Airbnb, and there may be some other houses in the neighborhood. So this is the Casa Del Mar neighborhood, also known as Kehoe, but that's Kehoe Avenue, but people refer to it because that's the sign out on the highway. So you have a path on the east and the west side of this neighborhood out on the highway, and then out here along the coastal trail. And this is always accessible. There's no gates here, so you can access this any time of the day. And if you're living in this neighborhood or wandering around, you'll see people parking and packing up their stuff and headed out to the beach down this trail. So I appreciate you coming along today and taking the tour of this neighborhood, and we'll walk out to the beach. We'll give you one last pan